Welcome back, all my fellow listeners. This is the Divinely Guided Podcast, and I am your host, Carly Nicole. And we are on episode 4, baby. Episode 4. Wow, what a title. What a statement we are trying to make with this episode, because yes, baby, go ahead and have that crash out. This is a self-help podcast. We are going to learn how to better ourselves so that we don't always have a complete chaotic crash out. Crash outs, I believe, are so healthy for your mental, emotional, and physical well-being, although it is about how you crash out during our times that we are putting off things, we are suppressing things. When everything is just added to the pot and it is going to boil over, that is what is considered a crash out. When you can no longer take it, all of a sudden, bam, you just lose your shit. And we don't want to lose our shit on people, okay? We are doing our best every day to try and not to project on others around us. We're going back in this book. We're covering F and G today. It is all about flow. It is all about grounding. Let me check back in with my notes here. We will also be talking about our body's nervous system, regulation, healthy routines, but most importantly, breaking those bad habits that no longer serve us. We will be doing a 3-card pull from my tarot deck to get out any guided messages for the collective. I am sipping on that Starbucks brown sugar shaken espresso. If you are an espresso girly, or you're just an espresso type person, is what I should say, then you know the love. You know the love. I came home and I added my own cold foam because it is $1.25 to add cold foam. And I was like, oh shit, never mind. Never mind. First sip. So cute now how they write like happy Tuesday, or like have a great day, or have a good one. I love that. Get your day started off right, especially with your coffee, okay? It's just so good. For those only listening today, what I'm going to do right now is I am going to shuffle my deck. So that is what you'll be hearing. It's important to me that I shuffle my deck 3 separate times. I am clearing the deck. Let's welcome our divine counsel, our spirit guides, our ancestors, our higher self. 1, 2, 3. Okay, with today's collective, what is it that we need to know? Please tell us. What is it that we need to start chanting or saying to ourselves on a daily basis? How can we help ourselves today with that? Okay, I want this one. Today I am calm. Okay, they got down to business today. All right, today I live in the present, and today I feel optimistic. Today I will see the beauty and goodness in the hearts of every person I interact with. Today I am calm. Today my mind is open, and I am at peace with who I am. Today I live in the present. Today I will start with a smile, and I am in control of my attitude. We're going to get to the tarot deck. Again, it's going to be a 3-card pool. This is for the collective. The collective. Let's get it, baby. I think it's so crazy because, again, I filmed yesterday, but my mic, something had happened when I was trying to set everything back up during my mic check. I'm telling you, the energy yesterday, it was really good. Not that today isn't really great. I feel more alive today. I feel more like down to earth right now in this present moment. So I know that whatever happened yesterday was supposed to happen today. I was supposed to get the message out like this. The energies are always constantly shifting. And I think that that's just what's so beautiful, that we have a choice. We have decisions, and we make them every single day, and they affect us and others. But if you can remain in your peace and know that even though something did happen, again, something amazing is about to come around the corner, and you have no clue what that is, and you should just be excited about that. All right, so 3-card pool. What's going on? What do we need to know? I really want to sip of my coffee. They want the bottom of that card. Okay, hold on. Ooh. Okay, this was already up. So the Magician. I gotta wait. Ooh, the Queen of Cups. Girl, that's intuition. We're gonna figure it out right now. I got one more card to pull. Okay, hold up. Ooh. Damn. Okay, let me set this up the way that they want me to describe this. Again, I do my readings different. If you have gotten the chance to experience a tarot card reading with me, you know that I go to this website. I get blocked a lot because there is just so much energy coming down on me. When I tell you that I have learned and I have read all of the tarot deck, pretty much, but each time I absolutely forget what it is that I'm going to say or what I'm going to do or what the card is about. But I want to introduce everybody to the website that I use. It is called tarot.com. It is the best website I feel for classical deck. Even though I am not using my classical deck, I am using a celestial deck because I feel closer to celestial being. I just want to say that it's very important to do sometimes a deep dive or research. I know that tarot gets dismissed a lot. If you feel uncomfortable with what we're about to do right now, we'll definitely put down the time right now that you can skip through and you can listen to the rest of this podcast. I need a sip of my coffee. Hold the fuck up. Here we go. The Magician, the Chariot, and the Queen of Cups. Now, I do want everyone to understand that we're all royalty, non-gender specific. This is the energy of a feminine, okay? We all have feminine and masculine within us. So just know we go back and forth between these energies. That is it. I'm only speaking about the energy. Whatever resonates for you, take that as you will. Somebody who's wearing red. You could be blonde. Something about sunglasses. Okay, so if your favorite color is red or you're wearing red right now, this could be for you. If you are blonde or if you're thinking about going blonde, this is also for you. And if you're wearing, they told me specifically Ray-Bans. Ray-Ban shades, some dark shades. I just saw Bruno Mars. I have no clue what that means. Okay, I have no clue what that means. Anyways, but if that is relating to you some sort of the way, this is for you. The Magician. We are all powerful beings, right? We all have magic within us. I truly believe that we are all connected, all of us. Now, although we are all uniquely, individually different and unique, I think I said that twice. Everyone is unique. You are unique, and you should just let it shine. The magic that is within you, you need to let that out. You need to understand that you are powerful. Okay, so the 3 stars that are here in this card right now, I believe that for somebody, this is a career choice. They are battling. Okay, there's just a lot of different avenues for this person. They don't really know where they want to go or what they want to do. So if this is for you, I just need you to know that they are telling me that something about the second, that could be the second month, like 2 months from now. This could be the second time that you're about to take a test. You're about to move into a different position or whatever that may be. They really want me to talk about career here. They really want me to say that no matter where you go or what you do, protect yourself, protect your love and your light and your energy, but don't forget to unconditionally let that love and magic out. The Chariot, I will go over all these cards in a minute. The Chariot is, okay, this card is definitely for warriors. We are all warriors. We are all trying to push forward in life. Like I was saying earlier about being optimistic, but this arrow points one way specifically. In life, time does not stop. We know this, even though time is a figment of our imagination. For some of us, we don't actually believe time exists. But for those who believe that time and timelines, which is what I believe, timelines, you can skip ahead. Shoot your motherfucking shot. That's really what it's saying. Shoot your motherfucking shot. Now, I don't know who that's for, but damn, I'm hearing like you have something to say. This is also about dating. Like, if you need to say something to that person, you better say it. You better say it and get that shit off your chest, because I'm gonna let you know something. Life is too short. You should be definitely doing what you gotta do, saying what you need to say, meaning what you say, and in the direction that you're trying to go towards. Just know that is right for you. Now, I know we're gonna get scared. I talked about fear earlier. I get scared every time I turn on this mic, every time I film, every time I go to do a cooking video. I get scared because I don't even know if this is the right direction that I'm supposed to be going in. Just yesterday, I got confirmation again. So this is double confirmation from a TikTok creator. I will find his name and I will put him up above. But right now I can't remember his name. Love him, by the way. Sometimes you're going to be the only one, which is what he said. You're going to be the only one that's doing it, that's putting in the work, that's posting that content, that's doing what you got to do until you get there. Now, in every moment we are there. In every moment we have to remember, no matter what, we are pushing forward, but we are fighting. We got to continue that fight. In today's episode, we are learning that we don't always have to put up a fight. The war that is within ourselves, the war that we continue to have deep down inside, all of us want one thing, and that is to be happy, to have inner peace. And I truly believe you will get there, because this card, the energy of a queen, the energy of fucking royalty. Let me just say that you are fucking royal. All right, start fucking acting like it. And you know what? Wear that fucking crown. And if the crown is on the ground, then you need to pick that shit up, dust it off, and put it back on your head, baby. Because honestly, we do not have time to waste. We cannot care about what other people think. It is draining your energy by sticking around with people who do not serve you. You are wasting your precious time when you can be putting it towards every single day something that's going to better yourself and your future. Like, for example, we are all here in this podcast because we want to learn how to better ourselves. We want to receive these guided messages purposefully so that we can get triggered. But are we truly triggered, or are we learning the lessons within ourselves that are deeply rooted that we need to fix in order to become happy? Why would we sit around being so angry, trying to hurt everybody when we have our own crown? We have our own life to live. Let's stay in our own lanes and focus. Those who are truly meant for you, including those who are going to watch your content, those who are going to surround you, and that's including family, because blood is not thicker than water, baby. Let me tell you. Okay? I'm going to tell you. Blood is not thicker than water. It does not matter. If these people are draining you, cut them off. Cut them off, because this could be you. This could be you most of the time. Because if we're being honest, we aren't always happy all the time, but we can try to be, which is where that card optimism comes in hand. But again, you got a crown, wear it. You are royalty. Let's do this shit, baby. Like, this is your kingdom come. Let us rule. Let us rule. This is our life. We make the choices. We make the decisions, and don't give a fuck what anybody got to say. Point blank period. Just don't give a shit. Like I said that in my last podcast, do not give a shit about what others have to say, what they're doing. You need to focus on you. That is the most important thing. Now, I'm going to read the advice position in these cards because I feel that it's very important. The Magician and advice position. Okay, let's get this. Have faith in your innate creativity. Double confirmation. I'm telling you, this was meant for you to listen to, okay? So listen up, listen up. The magician advises you to give your questioning nature and free associating mind plenty of room to explore the subject at hand. Behave just as if you were an open-minded and curious scientist. Through this process, you may bring freshness and clarity into the situation that is both stimulating and catalytic, meaning there are lessons and we're learning, we're discovering, and catalytic as in canon events, it's meant to happen this way. We're all at different frequencies, baby. You're going to learn it and you're going to understand it in your own perspective. And that's what makes you special. Besides, intuition is your ace in the hole. Trust in what you're doing. Trust in yourself. Respond in a spontaneous manner to what is right in front of you. There is no reason to hold yourself back. Your natural urges are exactly what is needed. Your indigenous timing and elegant style will help smooth over any awkwardness. Yes, the Chariot advises you that you need to be prepared for the changes that might include a move or an opportunity to travel. The Chariot traveler, basically you, the person who is in the Chariot, travels light and stays open to fresh experiences that change with every valley or mountain pass. Life, this is the roller coaster, but at the end of the day, eventually we get through it. As much as we want to try and boulder right through it, we can't do that. We got to get to the top. It's going to take some time, but once we get to the top, baby, the view is immaculate. That's where you want to be. Let's see, where are we at? You may be asked to live out of a suitcase and consider every place your home for a while. Be receptive to new people who come into your life. Most especially, become more fluid and taste the joys of freedom. Charity is nothing if not self-sufficient. Be prepared and self-contained for the changes that will sweep and carry you with them. I love when spirit be spiriting. We are talking about flow and grounding here. Everything is confirmation right now. You were meant to hear this. The advice position in Queen of Cups, it encourages you to be generous, kind, and forgiving. Support the ability of others to get what they want. Nevertheless, remember, as with anyone in a caretaking position, you have a fine line to walk. You do not want your loved ones or teammates to become complacent or dependent. It's one thing if you are a parent, if you are a parental unit, if you are a guardian. Of course, you have to lead with grace, with intent, with everything that you do, because children are watching. But when it comes to your friend group, when it comes to the people that you surround yourself with, you are not a martyr. You are the mediator, and within what you do with your actions, you lead. You lead, and you cannot help everyone. Save your energy. Oh, they can take your support for granted with little or no consideration for your needs. Boom. Boom, baby. Focus on yourself. Cultivate an awareness of love as freely giving and receiving in the process. Help clarify the important differences between receiving energy and taking it. Do not allow your willingness to give. Oh, that's on them. They wrote that wrong in there. So basically, do not allow the willingness of your kindness, who you are, to be misunderstood or abused as if it were a weakness. It's not weak. It's not weak to be unconditional love and light, okay? But know your place. Place people where they're meant to be placed in your life, and things will run smoother. Moving forward with the A to Z of calm, we are going to be looking in this book, and I'm going to be going over flow, grounding, and as of recently, since I've actually halted my filming and I took a break, being away for the past couple of weeks and taking a step back and looking through film has made me understand the deeper reasons for why I've started this podcast, why I am doing the things that I'm doing, the career path that I have chosen, the extracurricular hobbies that I just love. And I think it's very important to understand that we are all creators. I probably have said this earlier in the episode, but we all can manifest and can create, and that comes from source. So that energy is technically all around us. We can't see it, we feel it, and we know it within our intuition. We know that we are meant for something greater. We know that we are meant to follow our passion or one's passion. So how do we do this? I think the greatest thing about this book is everything that I've learned so far. I just love being able to share all of my stories, my experiences. If one thing is true, there's a lot of us out there that could be possibly going through the same thing, or that may need a little bit more guidance or help. And with that being said, I am going to cover the flow part of this book. F is for flow. Flow is the feeling of calm that you get when you're completely engaged in an activity you enjoy or excel at. Time seems to stand still. Athletes sometimes refer it as to being in the zone. Now, let's pause for a moment. Let's talk about this. Being in the zone. Can you ever remember a time during any time at this point you're not overthinking about a thought? And then when we think on that thought, it will create the mayhem. And for example of the mayhem, and I'm only laughing because as of recently, I did go to Coachella, and we're going to talk about that. But before we get off topic, mayhem being the evil, the dark, the past, and then the light, which is the flow, the natural creator side of the highest being. It's called the energy of divine inspiration. I had talked about this previously. And again, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can have a natural flow when you're painting. You can have a natural flow when you're a mechanic working on a car. You can have a natural flow when you are running. Like it said, an athlete. Typically, humans tend to associate great results with serious effort and oftentimes with stress and anxiety. By contrast, flow, that sweet spot where you produce great results with ease. It's coming from a place within yourself that feels natural. It feels easy. No thoughts, head empty, because the divine inspiration, if you've noticed, when you're at your most calm, when you're at your most inner peace, you are actually not crowded. There's no tornado spinning up here. Like, I'm being so serious. There's nothing there that's keeping you in a state of fight or flight. I'm so sorry. Excuse me for the mispronunciation. Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher, called it doing without doing, or trying without trying. The activity itself matters far less than the feeling it brings you. You are not watching the clock. You are not looking for distractions. You are simply absorbing in the task and enjoying it purely for its own sake rather than the result it brings. It's a pleasure. It's not pressure. So let's pause there. Anytime you know that you are in the wrong direction, you will feel pressured. You will feel this sense of anxiety and stress on your body, and your body will react in different ways, as in, we're getting an anxiety attack or a panic attack. Your hair is falling out, you're getting acne, you are starting to notice that you do not feel safe within your own skin. You are listening to what others are saying and taking their advice on how you should go about the things that you do within your own life, rather than learning to go from intuition based off self and inner wisdom. You would rather take advice from those people who probably wouldn't even take advice from you. For example, if you have a hater-ass friend, or hold on, let's pause there. If you have a hating-ass individual, because some of us still keep these haters as friends, and you got to learn that these people are absolutely out to get you. They do not want what's best for you with good intent. They want to watch you suffer because they're suffering. You should never take advice from them, because why are we taking advice from somebody who's literally putting us down? If it's not giving you the pleasure, if you aren't feeling the natural flow with anything that you are doing, with anyone that you are involved with, or that the places and things that you are surrounding yourself with, then it's pressure. An activity that brings this sense of flow will vary from person to person, but is often associated with creative tasks or sports. Pick a hobby. I encourage you. Pick a hobby, pick a new experience. As of recently, I actually went on a date to go and axe throw. That was something that I've never done. So axe throwing was a new skill that I just learned how to properly get the right form to throw an axe. And it actually has to do with flow. And I'm not going to really get into all that, but shout out to the owner of Axe Slayers out here in Redlands. He was so kind. It was so great. It was a one-on-one, and we literally just had the best time. And he told me and the guy that I was seeing, he was like, oh, once you guys through your first couple of axes, I already knew that I didn't even have to worry about you guys. Like, I knew that you guys were going to be safe. I knew that you guys had a natural flow, something that came to us very naturally. Again, there was no pressure, and I did not put pressure on myself to be perfect. I just wanted to have the pleasure of learning something new, of experiencing something new. Axe throwing is actually a sport, just letting you know. For some, it may be something active like swimming or yoga. Yoga is great. Yoga has helped me become so much closer with myself, and I have learned to start breathing properly through yoga and center myself, become more aligned with myself. And I think that I find I was such an overthinker that when I even get the moments to just stop and be present, it is absolutely one of the most beautiful things in life that you can do for yourself. I will, don't get annoyed at me. And if you are, click out of this shit. I encourage everyone to experience something that is new, something that they never thought that they would even see themselves doing. And it's beautiful when you learn something, a new skill, and you can harness it and practice it and use it. For others, it may be creative, like singing, coloring, and cooking. I love cooking. I used to sing. I used to be in choir, so that's something that I still enjoy. I don't do it as regularly like I should, so I'm always really out of tone or out of practice. But for the most part, I enjoy singing in the shower. I enjoy my cooking videos, and it's just the active flow, the being in that motion, creating something that's going to be delicious and taste amazing. You have to be willing to learn something for the first time and understand the way to get better at this is to keep going through the motion and keep practicing it. When we catch ourselves saying, I don't think, or I don't know, we know. We know deep down what it is that we need to do. We know deep down where the flow and that energy is coming from. Again, it's all around us. We just have to reach out and grab it and know that universe, God, it is on our side. It is on our side, and we can do absolutely anything. The key is that it requires focus, but feels doable. Consider an activity you enjoy as a child, but no longer prioritize. Carve out some time to find the flow and freedom you experienced back then, and feel that sense of pleasure and calm enjoyment in return. To give yourself the greatest chance of finding your flow, first remove all potential distractions. Get yourself a drink, a snack, and switch off any unnecessary technology. If possible, put your phone in another room and switch off all non-essential notifications, because I will say this, we are so glued to our phones, people. For a moment, write in your journal, read a book, draw something. I don't care. Clean, mop, put some music on. You do not always need this in your hand. It is very hypocritical of me to say, put the phone down, put the camera down, put the this down, because I'm literally a content creator. But it's fun for me to do that. But at the end of the day, I too also need to take accountability, responsibility for my own decompression, for my own relaxation. And that includes stepping away from the phone, taking breaks like I do. As for grounding, we are now going to be covering the letter G. G is for grounding yourself. I think before I get into this, it is very, very important to, again, like I said, step away, take a breath, and center yourself. There are a lot of people out here that are going to try and trigger you because of the demons, the personal hell that they are going through. I'm going to say one thing. Do not let anybody's gray, negative energy and aura that they exude out have any effect on you. Most of the time, most people are going to always be projecting. Now, they're healthy projections, full of confidence, full of radiance, full of growth, graceful energy of abundance. And then there is the overkill of this very much so, like I say, pessimistic negativity of, I can't do this, so you can't do it. I don't see myself doing this, so I'm going to put you down. I'm hurting deep down inside, so what's going to make me feel better is attacking you. What's going to make me feel better is coming from a place of anger. No, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. You are not alone. If you know that someone is trying to trigger you or get something out of you, get a reaction. I did learn over this past week that there is what's called abusive reaction. There's plenty of cases walking around, meaning people who, that's textbook, like coming from a person who endured this type of trauma in their life and now they carry it around with them. They're literally just trying to upset you purposefully. So don't let them. Don't even give them the chance. Stay in your moment, stay in your power. Just continue to show that unconditional love and exude it out. Save some for yourself. Don't always be the one to just overflow and just give, because I have that problem because I am in the space of trying to help others, that sometimes I need to remember that those who truly want the help, they will seek me and they will come from a place when they are ready to receive it. Those who do not, I already know. Those are the ones that constantly hit me up and say that they want to have a session or talk, or they want to work with me or come on the podcast or do certain things. And it's like, they're not even really ready for that. They just want to see if they have access. They just want to see if they can manipulate me, gaslight me, or get me to do something in a certain way to benefit them. So you got to remember that out here, not everyone, but most people that are very negative are looking for the benefit for themselves. When you're experiencing feelings of panic or anxiety, it can be all too easy to allow yourself to spiral down towards feelings of hopelessness, feelings of out of control. Next time you notice those pangs of panic rising, fight the urge. Let me tell you one thing. My cortisol levels have raised so high, so much so. There was a moment that I had to call my friend Gabby because I was going through a family trauma. It hit me like a ton of bricks a month later because I pushed it off because I didn't want to feel it. I felt like I had to be there for my daughter. And there I was in the midst of everything. I was scared. I didn't like the change that was happening. I couldn't find the acceptance portion of what was going on, knowing that I could only do what was in my control. I can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? So I panicked. I had the worst panic attack and anxiety attack of my life. And it literally felt like my heart was going to explode. I felt what was mainly a heartbreak, an ego death. And when I got on the phone with my friend Gabby, she calmed me down. She told me that everything was going to be okay. She was there for me. She sat there in silence with me. She let me just speak. She let me cry and be vulnerable. And I do want to say that for me to allow a whole month to go by for something that was very tragic, for me to not take the time to piece by piece let it out, it just boiled over and I was off. I was completely off the tracks. Crazy fucking train, Ozzy Osbourne bitch. Let me tell you. Okay. I told myself that I would work more on grounding. The grounding is the therapeutic practice of connecting to the earth, energy surface, electrons, and the natural world around us, absorbing the sights, sounds, and smells, and engaging all of our senses. We all have the 5 senses. I believe I spoke about this in my very first podcast. The 5 senses, including the 6th sense, which is intuition. There's higher senses. There are more things that people can do that are absolutely out of this world, that are unexplainable. It seems like magic, right? So I truly believe there is the 6th sense plus. You're fighting the urge to add more to that list of the possible what could go wrong scenarios, and instead of taking a moment to ground yourself. Historically, grounding was an everyday occurrence. Lifestyles were simpler and more closely linked with the environment, but advances in technology and home comforts have created a separation between us and the natural world. We are meant to be one with the earth. We are meant to be one with our surroundings in every moment of every second of every day. Wake up and smell the coffee or the roses is, in my perspective, take a moment. Smell with your innate ability, with your one of your senses. Get in that moment and just live in that moment. Walking barefoot on the ground, feeling the grass beneath your feet, the sand between your toes, or the waves lapping at your legs are all grounding practices. They help bring you back into that present moment and find calm and strength. In our day-to-day lives, it isn't always possible to drive out to the countryside or coast. So finding micro moments of grounding is really important. This booklet is a work booklet, and I would hope that most of you that do tune into the podcast and watch this are actually trying. This is a self-help podcast, and I'm going to keep reminding you, self-help. We are trying to learn how to better ourselves. Please find some prompts. Please take the time to journal. When you recognize feelings of anxiety rising, take a moment to ground yourself back in the present using all of your 5 senses. This is what I was just talking about. First, become aware of your breathing. Take some steady, deep breaths and take in the environment around you. Name 5 things that you can see. Name 4 things that you can feel. Name 3 things that you can hear. Name 2 things that you can smell. And name 1 thing that you can taste. Put your headphones on and go walking for a little bit. And then I very much want you to take your headphones off and just listen. Listen to the sounds. Figure out what you're hearing. Figure out what you're smelling, what you're seeing. Use all your senses. In apartments or urban environments, adding plants to your space helps to bring the outside in and clears the air of pollutants. Finding a space such as a park or local wildfire centra is another ideal option for connecting with nature and breathing in a sense of calm. So I went inside to grab my blanket because currently it's like 61 degrees out here, and in the shade for me, that's a little bit too cold. Now that we have covered the self-help portion of this podcast, I just want to give a big shout out to those who actually take the time to listen in on this podcast, who use the techniques. I use them myself. She's just sitting here and preaching shit that she's not doing. Bitch, I sure am doing it. But let me tell you. Now we're going to get into some story time. Well, the fun part of this episode, I wanted to talk about the past week and everything that has happened to me during this time that I've been just chilling, I guess you can say, just taking a step back. I tend to take many step backs, actually. I'm a person that will feel very overwhelmed if I try to do too many things at one time. I try to have a rotation of my content where I focus on my podcast. I put the effort towards my cooking videos. Then I will post any sort of festival or put up a vlog of some sort that I feel the need to post about when I do go to those events. And then I will incorporate my weight loss journey. So anyways, let's talk about how I got into Coachella day 3. I wasn't even going to do this. I wasn't even going to consider driving all the way out to Indio to maybe get in for the free. Now, when I say free 99, I mean free fucking 99. And it was out of free will for someone to hand me and give me their wristband. Now, the idea is not original. During the second week of Coachella, my sister was scrolling through TikTok, and on her For You page, this girl popped up, and the video has not gone viral, thank God. So she's local to the area of Indio, possibly, or in Palm Springs. She had put up a video, and she wrote some text on the video, and it said, "How I get into Coachella for free, day 3, every year." And my sister saw this, went through the comments, and there was a couple hundred people asking, how are you doing this? How did you do this? What are you saying? Just how? And even when I was told this, I was just like, yo, how the hell are we going to do this? How are we going to go about this? She read a comment of that girl who told somebody that all I literally do is just ask somebody for their wristband. If you come from a place of courtesy, you're either going to get a yes or you're going to get a no. That's about it. So basically what we had planned, because I was scheming. I was scheming. I did not let my sister know about this because, first of all, this would be her first festival. I did not want to get her hopes up. I worked from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. I was like, can we make it there in enough time to be able to stand out there and get these wristbands? Where are we going to park? What are we going to do? Because this is my first Coachella. I've never been. And now I'm going. now that I've experienced it, I want to experience it for the full 3 days. But as the week went on, I started thinking and plotting, can I afford to do this? The drive there and back. Can I afford to spend some money out there? If I get the wristband for free, all I really have to worry about is the gas and my time and then the energy and what I spend to maybe possibly eat or drink during the last 4 to 3 hours of that festival. The night before, I was like, I don't have anything prepared. This is scary. Like, this is the first time that I'm actually taking a risk like this. At least I can't remember ever doing something like this since I was like in my early 20s. I just was freaking out. I was like in my head about, is this even doable? Oh, it was. It sure was. For the fact that this girl posted that, it was meant for us to see. So let's talk about law of attraction and manifestation. I have been practicing these things for, I would say, close to 3 to 4 years now. I have been more accepting, I should say, of the fact that I have gifts and abilities, and that since I'm a creator, I can make anything happen. You know what I'm saying? There's magic within all of us. So with that being said, I was like, girl, what the hell am I going to wear first and foremost? And I know most of you would probably be like, huh? The biggest concern that you have is what you're going to wear to this festival. First of all, walking around for 3 hours, driving out there for 3 hours, I want to be comfortable, bitch. I want to be comfortable, look good, feel good. It's fucking Coachella. I have a right to want to feel good and look good and party all at the same time. And if you have any weird negative thoughts that are coming to you as you hear me say that, look inside of yourself, look into the mirror. And if you do not like what you see, then baby, you need to start learning self-love, self-care, and unconditional love and grace for yourself. Period. But anyways, I was like, okay, Nikki's my sister, help me find an outfit. Girl, we got in there and I was like, okay, so I want to go for an all tan look. These these are my pieces. Let's throw this together. I threw everything on. That was it. I was like, holy shit, I have an outfit. I'm going to wear these glasses. I'm going to wear these shoes. I threw it on, looked in the mirror, and I was like, yeah, we're going to Coachella. We're going to do this. She picked out an outfit. I went to see what she was going to wear. And we had the live Coachella on because every year we do Homechella. We watch Homechella. We have a couple of drinks. We enjoy the live feed. After I picked out my outfit, after I decided that, you know what, enough is enough. We need to go to bed. I need some sleep. It was about 12 o'clock and I was tired from the day. And I was like, I'm going to go to sleep. Made up my mind. I had decided we're going to Coachella. We're going to fucking do this. All right. And I'm getting in. We're getting wristbands. The night before I went to bed, and before I went to bed, I thought, you know what I really need to do? I need to put on some high frequency sounds to help me understand subliminally when I sleep. When I wake up, I'm already going to be in that energy of a natural flow that I attract, I do not chase. Right? Like it's already on its way. Here's the thing, people. You got to know that it's yours. You got to know that it's yours, and you got to know that you have it already. And a quote from the queen herself. Those of you who get me, my age is really going to show here. Halloween Town, Aggie, Marnie's grandmother, said something, and it stuck with me for years when I was little and I was watching these quote unquote witches that get looked down upon. They had a moment and they were in the sky. And when I was little, I used to think, wow, like they're flying, you know? And I understood like, okay, that's a green screen. But what she said was so important. You just gotta know that you can have it. You just have to know that you already have it, that you already are. And from that point on, when I was young, I felt magical. I felt like I can do anything that I want to do. And when I started understanding that the law of attraction is very, very, very real, and that manifesting is a practice, you have to do this every single day, and you have to believe that it's real. If you do not believe that it's real, it will not happen for you. Okay? So again, there I am searching for a subliminal sound. I will put it up here. I don't gatekeep people. I really don't. I do not gatekeep my practices. I believe that what I was sent here, down here to do, why I'm here is for this very reason, to help people come home to themselves. So I will never gatekeep my secrets or my things, but I'm gonna tell you, I have some tricks up my sleeve for sure. Anyways, this subliminal sound, wherever it is on the screen, I played it. And when I woke up the next morning, I was like, rose up out of bed and I was like, yes. I feel like a fucking goddess. I feel so powerful right now. Literally everything that I want is mine. Bitch, it sure was. I was already saying to myself, we are going to get these VIP tickets, these VIP passes. We're getting them. The girl that we got the idea from, she talked about how she went this year, week 1, and she got VIP passes. All she said we had to do was wait by the exit and the entrance and ask people. Early, got off at 2, came home, got dressed, went to go fill up my tank, headed towards my sister's house out in Beaumont, like Banning. So technically we were already halfway there. This is why it also felt so much easier for us to do, because I wasn't in my hometown. For those of you who know, you already know, I live in Highland. And Highland to Indio, for me, I have family who live out in Thousand Palms in the Indio area, Palm Springs area. That drive for me, I do not mind it. An hour for me is absolutely nothing. I can do that drive in my sleep. So I was just like, yes, like this is doable. Regardless, I was going anyways. I don't care what people think. I was just like, hey, like, I'm going to do this tonight. It sounds like we're going to be able to get wristbands. this is what we saw on TikTok. I'm going to go and I'm going to try this. I got pretty good reaction. I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you get wristbands. Like, that would be really cool. What a great story this would be to tell. And I'm just like, yes. Like, yes, I'm feeding into it. Like, da-da-da. Well, there's always one negative Nancy in the motherfucking group. It's how the other person receives and chooses to respond. It is also up to you and how you choose to receive, to respond, what people are going to say about what you're talking about. Because you could be as happy as you want about something, and there's always going to be someone who's going to tear it down, or they couldn't see themselves doing it. So that's when they're going to be like negative about it. And you know who you are, but someone had said, Carly's not going to get in and Carly won't be able to do that. Holy shit. How did she do that? Exactly. How did I do that? I believed in myself. I used the power of faith and knowing that I could trust in myself no matter how many no's we got. When we got there, everything was all in alignment. I got front parking. After 5, I was in 1A shuttle limo parking. That's where my car was. And when we got there, we had scoped the venue out. We scoped the map out a couple of days before. We got to my sister's house. We scoped the map out again. My dad was like encouraging, surprisingly. And I want to say thank God for that, you know, because when you have family members that are not encouraging and they're just like doubt, which I'm not going to lie, my dad has done that for years. He was like, you know what? If you get a yes, you get a yes. If you get a no, then you get a no. At least you could say that you tried. So we're there 10 minutes from the venue. And I'm thinking, holy fucking shit. Holy shit. We're about to do this. Like, we're really about to do this and we're about to park. We didn't do preferred parking. We just did GA. So we parked for free parking. We did not park miles away in a community where it was unsafe to leave our car. And actually, technically, it's unsafe to leave your car absolutely anywhere during an event because anybody can break into your car regardless of where you are. But we parked in 1A parking. And then me and my sister were like, okay, it's 7:00. We need to get out. Let's go scope the entrance. Okay, we got out of the car and honestly, it was 85 degrees. We found one entrance where we were at. Decided, there's kind of too many people over here, like people watching us. So let's walk the parking lot. We walked the parking lot for about 45 minutes, hit another entrance by the yellow gated area that was drop off wristband only. That was rideshare. So we were over there. There was tons of scalpers. They wanted $200 for 2 wristbands for 4 hours. And I was like, absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. Now, look, baby, I understand the hustle. They out there trying to work. Do I respect it? Yes. I mean, when you got people coming out of this event handing you free motherfucking wristbands, and I actually got into it with one of the scalpers because he was like, oh, you got nothing to offer? Then why'd you stop me then? Why are you trying to stop me when you got nothing to offer or that you don't want to make an offer with me? I said, the crazy thing is you selling this for $200 a piece. This event is over in 4 hours. People are offering up these things for free. Fuck out of my face. He had nothing to say after that. So I was like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought. So we were asking everyone. And when I mean everyone, I was not afraid to go up to men, women, non-gender specific. But like, there was a woman with what looked like could be her grandpa or her dad. Like, he was just an older man pushing a baby in a stroller. And we were like, hey, were you going back into the event? Did you need your wristband? So the point here, even though we were going to get no's, we knew that we were going to get yes. This girl off TikTok was literally like, do not give up. Do not give up. You're going to get a lot of no's before you get yeses. So I was like determined. And there was a moment of doubt. I'm not going to lie, but I knew it. I actually had a vision when I was standing at work. Whether you guys believe this or not, maybe you do now, after the fact that I pulled this off. We were in the venue. We were in the VIP section, and I could see myself looking around. I've never been here, people. I've never seen this. So when I was seeing this in actual real time, this vision, I was like, holy shit, this is Coachella, and I'm in there. Like, I can see it. And that gave me the hope that I needed. I was like, dude, no, there's no way. People also kept coming up to us, asking us, and we were like, I'm sorry, we're looking for wristbands too. And they were like, oh, okay, well, good luck. And we were like, good luck to you, you know? So there was about 15 of us out there looking for these wristbands. People do it. Finally, after 45 minutes, I'm not going to sugarcoat that. The girl said it took her 15 minutes. There was more people week 1. There was less people week 2. So we already knew most people were going to want to stay in the event. So it was going to be a little bit harder. My sister was like, look, the girl that came up to ask us for a wristband, she's afraid to ask men. She's afraid to ask them, Carly, we need to ask those guys that are coming out right now. And she goes, look, she didn't ask them. My sister, she already knew which wristbands were GA and which wristbands were VIP. She goes, you have to fucking ask them, Carly, please. And I turn to her and I go, well, luckily I'm a down-ass bitch and I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. So this is what I said to them. Hi, hey, I was wondering if you guys were leaving the festival and if you guys needed your wristbands. Would you mind giving your wristbands to us so we can get into the event? They looked at us with fucking joy, and literally said, oh yeah, here. And you can have them. And we were like, no way. That's when the adrenaline kicked in. That's when I was like, holy shit, we really got these wristbands. Like, we put them on. I was just like, can I give you a hug? I gave one of the guys a hug. They were more than happy to give us their wristbands. And I had told her, I was like, I feel like we're going to get lucky with VIP because these people come every year. We need to ask people to come every year that attend this event, that drop money like crazy, you know, that don't really care about handing their wristbands away. We sure did it. We did it and we got in, and it was absolutely the best time of our life. I'm going to be talking about this forever. Like, being able to accomplish this, being able to take this risk for myself, it gave me the confidence to know that no matter what I want out of life, it is literally right there and I can grab it. But I will say this, you have to have faith, you have to know, and you have to trust in yourself, and you have to trust in universal law. Study universal law. Universal attraction is one of them. So yes, the universe is going to test you. How much do you really believe that you are capable of this? Can I do this? Is the doubt going to creep in, and are you going to push it away and say, I want this. I want this. I have it. And it's right there. It's just a grab. It's just a thought. It's just an energy electron away from coming into my field and being able to attract that for myself. We did. We literally manifested that. We saw Zed. It was my sister's first time being at a festival, and she's so lucky. Zed was her first DJ. Everything was in alignment for us. The parking, the VIP passes, the getting to experience that for 3 hours. When you learn the true meaning of abundance, you connect with your highest self, your ancestors, the highest divine beings of all sorts, God, the universal source. When you are in a natural state of flow like that, the things that are aligned to you will come for you and to you because it is already yours, and whatever is for you shall not pass you. You have that ability and you have that power, and it is in you. You will start to receive the breadcrumbs and the gifts that bring you closer to yourself. Unfortunately, this is the end of episode 4. There are tons of podcasts to listen to. There are tons of workbooks and just books in general out there that you can read. People like me who are telling their stories, or those that you may encounter during your day-to-day. Remember, always show kindness to people. We learned a lot. Find the time to start to understand yourself better. But yeah, if you love what you heard today and you resonated, go ahead and click that follow button here on Spotify. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button here on YouTube. Thank you to those who are listening in to today's episode. Shout out to those men who gave me the wristbands at Coachella. Still freaking cannot believe that. Hope to see you in the next episode. My name is Carly Nicole, and this was the Divinely Guided Podcast.